old stuff is the poly count was much lower back then, and the texture resolution is much lower. You need both of those. The textures you can upscale with AI these days. Is there similar techniques with skeletons, wireframes, but collision becomes an issue when you upscale. Great soundtrack, yeah. Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets, and Ghost in the Shell movies effects were stellar. I agree with both of those. Yeah. Rigging tends to be a bigger concern if you're liking sorts of physics interaction. Yeah. Which I don't understand how stuff is being made today that doesn't have inverse kinematics on it. Like, how does She-Hulk look like she weighs 15 pounds? How is that all manually? I don't get it. Yes, they're under pressure, the time and everything. I get it. But isn't it just a feature of the software? You create the skeleton and you say, okay, this weighs this much. And it should be able to do most of the work for you. Why would jumps have to be, like landings of jumps, be manually keyframed? In 2021 or 2. I don't get it. Puppet Yoda greater than CG? You go away. You are banned. That's it. You're done. You are done. Unless you're talking about original Puppet Yoda. If you're talking about 1999 Puppet Yoda, then I don't never talk to me or my son again. She-Hulk movements are puppet-like because that's exactly unfair. That's exactly it. It's manually back flipping, front flipping everywhere. Lightsaber, Yoda. Yes, correct. 1999 Puppet Yoda was terrible. You can appreciate bad physical effects more than bad CG. Okay. But second gen Puppet Yoda was terrible. Well, not second gen, technically third gen. Prequel trilogy, original Phantom Menace Puppet Yoda. It's one of the worst things ever to happen to Star Wars. Because you don't mess with Yoda. Mess with everything else. Ruin everything else, George Lucas. Don't mess with Yoda. And he messed with Yoda. Talking about OG, yeah, okay. That's fine. I just need to... Didn't know the prequels had a puppet? Yeah, the original release of Phantom Menace had the worst puppet of Yoda ever. Worse than any cheap knockoff toy. It was terrible. Can barely find that anymore because Lucas was like, yeah, I guess you guys are right. That was really terrible. So let's just erase that from the history books altogether. Make it highly, highly illegal for anyone to even look at that. Pretend it never happened. I got CG'd over. Yeah, thank goodness. OG cut of OG trilogy had a manned R2, yes. Multiple of them. CG cut of OG trilogy had CG R2? Where? I wasn't aware of that change. When did that happen? Not all the scenes. Curious if it did happen, where it did. Needs to release the OG cut? Yeah. A lot of OG fans would really appreciate that. Since it's not in George Lucas's hands anymore, there's actually a possibility that could happen someday. CG Java. Original first CG Java. Phantom Menace had a surprising amount of practical effects. It did. There was recently a spotting of an original cut in some official media. Original trilogy cut. Like just a little bit of it was shown. I don't remember the context, but it does still exist. And it is accessible to Disney in some way. I don't know if it was a mess up, but it was published. Just a tiny little bit. Miniature work your favorite? I like the miniature stuff a lot. OG Java was just a dude, yeah.